Welcome here to the most important day in a paintball career. It is Sunday. We are at the first event of the 2025 season, the Tampa Bay Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. So we're in the wild card round. It's going to be Uprising taking on X-Factor and the Hurricanes taking on AC Diesel. Let's talk first about this Uprising X-Factor match. What do you think, Mike?
Uprising's been super impressive out here. Nate Schrader with the 5-pack in overtime to send Infamous home yesterday. Looking really good. X-Factor been up or down. We know they have the weapons to go deep on Sunday. It's going to take 4 wins for these teams in this wildcard round. Long road ahead of them, but it starts here. I like X-Factor in this one with their experience on Sunday.
20-second scope for the start of the first point. Both these teams have the ingredients to win tournaments. Last year, 2 finals appearances and second overall for X-Factor, and then they added Archie Montemayor and Uprising. Man, I really like the starting line. They have the tools needed. See if they can execute here today. It's all about execution. As always, looks like first to drop is going to be Cody Bayless from San Antonio X-Factor, dropping from that D side, but I believe that's Alec Holland taking the walk here from the back center. So it's a 4-on-4 situation. These teams trading kills to start out our first wild card point.
Yeah, slight advantage for Uprising with at least 1 body wide on the Doritos side. X-Factor not wide at all. 2 in the back center still. I think TJ Danner is going to try to make his way out to that insert when he has the opportunity. But right now, both teams content to roll their guns, hold the zones. Looks like Graham Arnold looking for a pod on the ground there in the back center for Uprising.
Well, Nate Schrader still alive for Uprising. He was an absolute beast yesterday. Definitely in the running for potential move of the prelims, and we got another one here to give away here on Sunday. Alec Holland was actually the winner of the $5,000 from World Cup. It's $1,000 for today.
I think Alex Borromeo just threw a squeegee.
I saw that
Graham
too.
Arnold in the back center.
I was wondering what he actually threw. It looked like he threw a pod. I'm like, wait a second. There's no way they ran out of paint this quick into the first point, as Uprising now transitioning 2 bodies towards that D side, and their secondary moves getting a D1. And I believe Graham Arnold backing him up there at the Aztec.
Yeah, Uprising developing well. X-Factor does have Fuzzy Jackson in that Hertz tower. Graham Arnold throws the swab back to Borromeo in the Dorito 1. Meanwhile, X-Factor making their moves to the outside on the Snake side. Billy the first wide to the Snake corner, supported by Archie Montemayor. But now Miterman going across from the Hertz tower into the Snake. Nate Schrader filling right out behind him. Some nice moves simultaneously by Uprising in this 4-on-4 situation. Advantage Uprising with their wide Dorito presence. X-Factor only on the center and Snake side of the field right now.
Yeah, it's just TJ Danner as the closest body in that back center to the D side. So with the field spread and 2 bodies over here, absolutely advantage Uprising. And it's even on the count, but those 4 bodies for X-Factor stuck from the center on over to the Snake side. Archie Montemayor popping the top and trying to get a look downfield. That's his stock and trade.
Billy Bernaccia now sliding into the outside Snake 2. TJ Danner from the back center, really great gun. Does have the ability to shoot the outside edge of some of those Doritos. So not a free release for Uprising up the Dorito side. Real Sunday pace point out here. First points tend to be long. First team to score a point out here is going to have a real advantage when it comes to clock management and setting the pace out here. Everyone a little extra wary to make mistakes. The stakes are so high here at Sunday at the NXL Tampa Bay Open.
Yeah, they picked him up. They know where Mark is here in Snake 2. Nate Schrader out behind him, back corner bunker. And Billy Bernaccia is going to play the aggressor here as they have the bulk of their bodies on the Snake side. Got to make it happen here.
No one's really keeping Billy in check right now. Billy has free reign over here. No bounce shot coming in on him. No pressure down the wire. Let's see if Billy can generate some offense and give X-Factor a body lead. Archie now hunting over the top behind him, trying to find a way to put a shot on Schrader in the Snake corner for Uprising. On your screen here, shooting inside. Mark Miterman just posted up on the wire, wary of Billy running through, down the wire on him. Here comes Billy, perfect timing, gets him clean,
yeah, he
stays alive.
Here comes a counterattack from Nate Schrader, and he gets absolutely punished from Archie Montemayor, so the bulk of the bodies were on the Snake side for X-Factor, and they're making the most of it here as Billy Bernaccia still alive on Uprising side of the field. No one died for X-Factor on that attack, and Archie Montemayor at the 50-yard line behind Billy. X-Factor looking good here in a 4-on-2 situation, trying to put this first point on the board.
Yeah, 4-on-2. X-Factor not hurrying on the close. Excellent timing by Bernaccia.
And that's going to be the last kill. Yeah, man, it was definitely favoring Uprising, but as we always say, fortune does favor the bold. When you have the bulk of your bodies on the snake side, you got to do something with it. And xfactor just more proactive and lethal on the attack.
Billy Bernacchi has been doing this for 20 years. If you don't have someone keeping him in check, he's going to find the moment to release. Elite timing, right when Miterman switches inside, Billy comes and bunks him clean. Archie protecting him, so when Schrader tries to counterattack, gets eaten up. It's a 2-0 trade right there, and in the 4. And then killing those bodies off the Dorito side. Silos Cortez, if he was able to get into the 50 Dorito structure, he was going to eat up Pate in that Hertz tower. Unable to do it, though.
So in his first 2 points, the aggressor has won. On Sunday, it is he's a little easier mentally to kind of default to just being extra safe out there. But you must incur risk to win paintball tournaments. So jumping back into this next one, xfactor going with that heavy spread on the snake side. They didn't have anyone on the D side at all. Closest body was the back center. They knew they had to push on that side. They weren't really in positions to switch up and load up on that D side. And they made the most of it with that beautiful move by Billy Bernacchi.
TJ Danner also just understands what needs to be done in those positions. Number 1, he has to stay alive. Number 2, he can't cede too much territory. The back center does have some sliver gaps to hold them up on the Dorito side. Great job by TJ Danner in an adverse situation to hold up that attack from Uprising on that side. Unable to go through Danner's gun. xfactor bringing Colt Roberts out for this one. Tim Stetzel.
Yeah, Meter Ninos, Danner, and Bernacchi. So no Archie Montemayor on this one. So Colt Roberts.
Yeah,
and Archie Montemayor, the OGs, the GOATs from Texas, the greatest of all time from that state.
Yeah, Colt likes to play this Hertz tower for them. Archie playing more of an aggressive 2. Slightly different look for xfactor here. Up 1-0 against Uprising.
On the breakout, neither team risking bodies outside wide. Everyone going to that default breakout, the safe breakout, but it looks like Uprising's going to play the aggressor. They send Mark up the middle. They lose Nate Schrader, so that's a huge kill here for xfactor, getting Nate off the field.
Yeah, they got Miterman up in the center 50 wedge, or the snake 50 wedge over there, and they're going to kill Meter Ninos out of the back center. Meter really struggled at times in the prelims, dying out of the back center here. I think that was probably Miterman on the wrap. So 4-on-4 situation. Billy is not going to be able to get wide on the snake side with Miterman there on your screen. Colt Roberts playing hard inside from that Hertz tower to stop any Dorito side movement for Uprising. 4-on-4 situation. Both teams with 3 in the back bunkers and then a center presence. Colt now, he wants to get it. He wants to come go get Miterman. Wraps the inside and battles with, I think, Alec Holland for a moment. Yeah, Alec Holland now hunting forward into the Hertz tower.
And then here comes Alec, going to move up to that 50 structure as well, too. So a double dose of attackers, and it's going to pay off here now for Uprising as they get the kill on Billy Bernacchi. No one on the snake side at all for xfactor, and it is a 4-on-3 situation here in favor of Uprising.
Yeah, that was a great job by Holland, recognizing that Colt wanted to come forward. So Holland moving into his face to make it hard for Colt to come into the middle and bunker his boy Miterman.
Good job by Graham Arnold to dive over here and get in the snake, but oh, just a little bit too much here for Graham Arnold.
That's a really bad death. That brings xfactor right into this point. He owned that whole side, but he's just going too high into that 50 snake. Tim Stetzel connecting coast to coast from the Dorito 1 on the inside. He doesn't know that Graham Arnold died, though. He's still shooting. Or maybe actually he's probably trying to keep Miterman in check. But now, I think that might be Joel Eaton on the outside. Dorito 2.
So the death of Arnold turns it into a 3-on-3. But xfactor still playing on their heels. Holland's looking for it in that center.
I actually prefer xfactor's positions here with the 2 bodies in the center. Alec Holland trying to work his way out of the center. If they go to sleep on Colt might be able to get Miterman clean, and that'll really change the dynamic in this point.
But then it's going to be who reacts to that properly. Yeah, absolutely, it depends. I mean, Miterman is dedicated on this lane. Oh, now he's looking back towards the D side here, but Alec has Overwatch on him.
Yeah,
they lose Is that Eaton?
I think it's Joel Eaton over there. So a bunch of bad deaths by Uprising here, but then Colt dies, so now a 2-on-2 situation. It's TJ Danner and Tim Stetzel against Mark Miterman and Alec Holland. But Uprising stuck in the middle here. Definitely advantage Uprising in terms of positions. You can see Alec Holland trying to make a move outside. Miterman going to jump across into the snake. Really nice fill across there, critical.
Yeah, that was a huge move. Spread the field out a little bit in this 2-on-2 situation. They don't want to be super close to each other. Miterman gets across. Oh, Alec Holland might have caught a bouncer. Going to get a check from the ref. Looks like he's good to go. As we always say, rather be lucky than good, and twice on Sundays. Miterman's going to hit the deck. He's going to crawl all the way up here. Has to worry about TJ Danner in that back center, who's just waiting for him to pop up in this spot. Ooh, almost got his shot. TJ Danner is a very accurate shot. Did Miterman get the crossfield kill? He's going to gun up on TJ Danner and get across. And it looks like TJ Danner is still alive in that spot. He's going to peek out into that middle and get a better angle, and he gets the creative kill on Miterman. What an amazing job. It's going to go down to a one-on-one. Both these guys are very skilled in one-on-ones. Alec Holland for Uprising and TJ Danner for X Factor. These are guys that you would potentially see. If this does go to overtime and goes to one-on-ones after we get through an overtime with no score, you might see these guys playing each other in a one-on-one.
Yeah, TJ Danner, so good in these situations. Extremely smart player. Wheeling and dealing right there with Miterman in his grill, in his snake. Miterman on his last half hopper there. No paint on his back, wheeling and dealing. Oh, TJ shoots him. TJ Danner winning the one-on-one clutch.
So TJ Danner with both of those kills, putting the team on his back to put up their second point. The longer that these points go, the more important they become. 6 minutes and 9 seconds left to go. Uprising went 2-point deficit. Great job by TJ Danner.
TJ Danner, the difference in this match right now, the responsibility to keep the Uprising D side in snake, in check in the first point, and now pulling out those 2 late game kills. Really nice job by TJ.
Yeah, Uprising was pushing the issue. The problem was just a couple deaths. You had Graham, they were in a 4-on-3 situation. So yeah, they lost Nate early. You're gonna lose bodies near or close to the break. But they were in a 4-on-3, and Graham Arnold trying to get and extend out here to the snake side got clipped. Tie this one up. You just got to get a little bit tighter on the attack.
Yeah, definitely. Pressing the issue up the middle. First point, they did well to get Miterman into the snake first. Billy Bernacci with the counter punch. They get Miterman in the snake. They just got to make sure that they keep the X Factor attack in check. Can't let Billy have free reign over here on the fills.
10 seconds.
Let's see if Nasty Nate Trader's alter ego appears here. Another masterful performance. Seen a couple out of those in the prelims. Had Nate Trader. Huge pickup for Uprising to get him back in the fold. So here we go. These teams now switching sides again. Every time a point is one, team's going to be switching sides. Archie Moore getting a spin, and he's taking the early walk. So it's a 5-on-4 situation in favor of Uprising.
But Nate Schrader dying early again. So 4-on-4 situation. Cody Bayless now going to die in a gun battle. So 2 quick deaths for X Factor here. Uprising with a 1-body advantage. Now Alec Holland filling out behind Miterman. You never know if Miterman's going to be looking to go up the middle or if he's going to back up off that Hertz tower and try to get in the snake. Very dynamic player.
X Factor stuck in the pocket. Good comms from both squads. Arnold doing a little surgery on his loader right now, though. He's got his loader in half.
Billy sneaking out to the snake corner. Uprising picks him up. Miterman looking for it. He wants to move across. You can see him checking off that gap. Makes the move across indeed. TJ Danner filling over to the snake insert. He picks up the zone on the Dorito side. Now Fuzzy switches snake way.
As Billy Bernacci dives into the snake, and he makes it clean. Move for Uprising on the D side. Makes it into D2. Alive. Here comes Graham Arnold. Looks like his loader is good to go. And he's going to push up into that middle structure and get to the 50-yard line.
That's Fuzzy Jackson pumping a bounce shot into Miterman in the outside snake 1. And now Graham Arnold launching through the middle. Shoots Fuzzy in the back, I think. Yes. But trades with him. Still a good trade. Up bodies for Graham Arnold. 2-on-3 situation in Uprising's favor now.
With the field spread. Still on that D side.
But can they get through Billy and TJ Danner? TJ Danner has been their kryptonite so far in this match. Uprising.
So there's the body on the D side here with Joel Eaton.
Alone over there, but he does have to deal with TJ Danner's gun. TJ inside switches. Now Joel Eaton goes forward. Good job. Waits for the lane to drop and then goes into the 50 structure. Always got to be wary of TJ Danner's gun. That man is a bad man when it comes to the gunfights. These Texas gunslingers out here with their hired gun from Connecticut, Billy Bernaccia.
Well, Joel Eaton on an island in a 3-on-2 situation on that D side for Uprising has to stay alive, and they have 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to work with, so it's not put a guy in and make a move to a situation quite yet here for Uprising. They still have about another minute and a half to slowly work these last two bodies out before they have to get greedy on moves. Force things.
Yeah, Miterman looking for it. Moving back and forth from the Snake 1 inside, Snake 1 outside, over the top of this bunker on your screen. Wants to find a way to get Billy off the field. Uprising does not know the count. They're playing like there's another body out there is what it looks like to me. Joel Eaton on an island all the way across field could probably let them know that there's no one on the Dorito side, but he's so far away. That cross-field connection is so difficult in this moment. Meanwhile, Billy and TJ are close together. They can stay in touch very easily. That's huge.
Here comes Alec Collins, going to cut to the middle now. So Miterman has the outside containment on the Snake side. Holland's going to cut towards the middle. And Joel Eaton, so nice cross-field spread for Uprising trying to find the hole. It's just two bodies for X Factor. They're going back and forth. They're now both looking at the Snake side, but TJ's, as the farther back body, really going back and forth to both help Billy and then make sure he keeps pressure on Eaton cross field.
Yeah, TJ is not going to go to sleep on Joel Eaton. He just wants to make sure someone doesn't get a free release on Billy. Billy in a tougher spot, has to play on his knees, has to worry about someone coming through the middle and down the wire. Billy with no paint on his back now, catching a bounce shot, zipping in on him. Miterman coming forward, definitely doesn't know the count. Pulled up his gun on a photographer on the far sideline.
We're down to it here, under 2 minutes to go, 1:53 on the clock.
He's just got to go get Billy. He's just got to find a way to trade with Billy and leave a 1-on-2. It'll still be tough with TJ Danner as one body left. Billy looking like he wanted to go get Miterman there.
Well, the way Mark's doing this is actually kind of smart, but does need to start pushing the issue. He has his gun outside wide and he's looking inside. But yeah, I think that the count's off because there's the two bodies right in front of him. And Miterman's focused downfield like he's worried about someone popping out, and he's kind of expecting to get run down by Billy.
Yeah, he's got 20 seconds to start playing the situation correctly in my book before he's kind of blowing it, but no paint on his back. Oh, TJ dies though. Now here comes Miterman.
Oh, Billy got to be careful not to get the spin right there. So it took them a while to figure out how to crack the code of those last two bodies for X Factor, but they did it with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. We were talking yesterday about that 60 seconds and how, you had said, hey, I want to keep around 1 minute left. And I was like, is that a numbers call for you, or is that a psychological call for you?
Well, part of the thing, too, is that at practice, you run those. At all these pro practices, it's going to be like, hey, can we do a push-hold situation here? You practice your push and your hold play. You usually put somewhere between 45 seconds and a minute, sometimes the 30 seconds. Really well for Diesel over there, starting lineup, making moves down that Dorito side, opening the floodgates by bunking Drew Bell, and then Baginski cleaning up.
So after a very long wait, X Factor up by 1 with just 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go, and a body going to drop. 2 bodies have dropped now for Uprising, so chances dwindling for Uprising to try to tie this up as they only have 3 bodies left to attack 5.
Oh, they bounce Fuzzy, Matt Jackson. Alec Holland going to send it through the middle. See if Schrader can pull some magic here for Uprising, but only 40 seconds left, and they're looking at 5 X Factor bodies. Alec Holland hunting through the middle.
Schrader's going to bully his way out. They do get a kill on TJ Danner. Alec Holland's going to come off, and here comes the 2 bodies floating up the field with 30 seconds left to go. Schrader still alive at the 50 here in the Snake as Alec's going to cut towards that D side, and he gets through clean. Alec Holland with a big run. Do they switch the gun to get the attack? No, it's not Holland. It's Graham Arnold. It's going to be a major penalty, and we're going to have a tie ball game here. Major penalty assessed. So Graham Arnold with the big veteran move. He switched over to the D side, caught X Factor sleeping, and major penalty. What a dramatic turn of events here.
Cody Bayless spun right there. He and Billy Bernaccia both looking snake way. X Factor unable to hold it there in a 5-on-3 situation. Bad execution on the hold play.
It was looking real good for X Factor at the start of that point. Not a ton of time left, a little over a minute. They shoot 2 bodies on the break. They did all the work, and again, I'm assuming now Ryan Brand has some great hair, but he might have lost a couple of those luxurious strands of the frustration he's going to have watching his boys lose a 5-on-3 with a minute left.
I think they can use that. They think we're going to do this. Maybe they try to send it, so we actually do something semi-aggressive, but try to be heavy guns.
Penalty was overturned.
Wow. So it's a...
But it's still 2-2.
But 5 bodies left, just 15 seconds left, so this game's going to go to overtime.
Most likely. Oh, bodies are coming off pretty quick here for Uprising as X Factor with Fuzzy Jackson gets all the way into the backfield, and here comes the streaking TJ Danner right behind him, but just not enough time. And TJ Danner and Fuzzy Jackson also begging for a penalty. I do not see any flags. Head referee, one of the referees is coming over to talk to the head referee, whispering in his ear, so maybe we will have some sort of call on this play.
All the guns from Hurricane switch there in that lull. Goldman takes off, gun up, puts on the afterburners. Hurricanes thought they were going to steal it instead. Mouse wins. Now, overtime, X Factor, Uprising. Billy Bernaccia makes snake off the break, but Miterman getting in there as well.
5 minutes on the clock here, 5-on-5 break. Aggression from both teams early with both Bernaccia and Miterman here in the snake. Mark, though, is going to have to dump his hopper out. Sometimes when you dive in, you shatter the paintballs in your hopper, so Mark's going to have to do a little bit of cleanup.
Yeah, I saw the inside of his hopper there. It was a yellow mess. He's trying to clean it out with his gloves. Miterman doing the up and over now. Schrader getting in behind him in the outside snake 1. Also developing with Alec Holland, so a 3-man op on the snake side for Uprising, but they got one of the best to ever do it, Billy Bernaccia. And one of the greatest of all time, Archie Montemayor behind him.
Both. Looks like a couple moves here for San Antonio X Factor as they get Tim Stetzel through that dangerous gap between the Aztec and D1. Makes it clean. He goes, feeling no pressure, goes right into D2. And now Uprising does pick him up and start to put some pressure, but he's alive in that spot. Bernaccia is thinking about it, and he gets checked back in down the sideline here. Gave a little head check down the sideline. I got a little bit of pressure here from Nate Schrader.
I wonder if Miterman straight up destroyed his hopper. I haven't seen him shoot since he did that big cleanup operation. I also didn't see him load another pod in there. So X Factor could have a big advantage. Billy's got Matt Fuzzy Jackson protecting him and Archie Montemayor behind him. Supremely confident with those 2 players as your backup. He's got Nate Schrader and Miterman in front of him, though.
Nate living on the edge here with Fuzzy Jackson, just so focused on putting paint on this lane. Nate popped the top, but head checked away from the ball. Good reflexes from Nate Schrader. Archie Montemayor is going to dip in here behind Billy Bernaccia, who is crawled up at or near the 50-yard line.
Miterman's getting paint through his gun again. He had to swab his barrel as well. But that's huge as Billy looking to creep forward past the 50 snake.
Uprising moves into D2 as well to mirror up with Tim Stetzel, but here comes the commitment from Nate Schrader to try to find Billy Bernaccia, asking for a call. No call on that, so a trade, and here comes the attack as Archie Montemayor is going to get to the 50-yard line and wrap around, try to put pressure on Miterman.
Did Billy live in that exchange?
Oh, but looks like Archie Montemayor is going to be drawing a minor penalty. That is going to pull out Jackson, and it leaves just TJ Danner and Tim Stetzel left alive, but a body going to be dropping from the D side here for Uprising, so it's a 2-on-3 situation here in favor of Uprising with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in this overtime point. Graham Arnold's going to improve his position to try to take over the attack for Uprising. It's a double stack of bodies, but then Tim Stetzel gets shot by Graham Arnold, who was the hero in that last point. TJ Danner, the last chance for X Factor. He moves up into D2, but he's looking at a 1-on-3. Now, TJ Danner has pulled off 1-on-3s in the past in big moments. So lethal in his position. Looks like Uprising starting to put it together, though. Graham Arnold's going to commit, and he runs the correct route. He runs that inside route to try to trade out with TJ Danner, and TJ Danner clipped out, and that is going to do it. Guns to the sky here in celebration as triumphant in this wild card game against San Antonio X Factor. Uprising scrappy team from the Pacific Northwest, going to knock out one of the legends in this game. and they're going to move on to play PB Fit.
Yeah, just too many mistakes for X Factor, right? You got a 5-on-3 with a minute left. You got to be able to hold it in that situation. Unable to do it. Give Uprising another chance.
A penalty in overtime.
Yeah, Archie didn't play great in this match here. Uprising doing a good job keeping him in check. Man, I hear Billy Bernacci. He's upset with the call. Nate Schrader pulled his gun in, didn't know where Billy was, but they end up trading. Archie then trying to fill forward after that, ends up drawing the minor, swings the tide.
Well, they might review this, so until I start seeing the refs come off and we get some sort of official confirmation, it does look like, obviously, Uprising celebrating. They want to have a big year in 2025. End of 2024, they started to look pretty good. They dialed in that starting lineup, getting contributions from all 5 bodies. They go to that again here this season and take down one of the favorites to win events. X Factor has a legit roster. They are going to be a threat to win tournaments, but once you get to the top 10, man, anyone could beat anybody here on Sunday.
Yeah, I just felt like X Factor never really got it going, full steam ahead. TJ Danner played great. Billy played really well, but Archie and Meter struggled at times. Cody Bayless and Tim Stetzel both catching bad deaths at significant moments out here.
So it looks like that is going to do it. The wild card round is over. Coming up next, jumping into the quarterfinals, going to be Red Legion taking on Houston Heat and San Diego Dynasty taking on Tampa Bay Damage. Also in the quarterfinals, going to be PB Fit and Uprising and Impact and AC Diesel. We're here at the 2025 Tampa Bay Open at Raymond James Stadium. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. We'll see you in just a couple minutes.